Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a cross-legged position. Bring your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. And begin to find your breath. Every inhale, allow your ribs to expand. Every exhale, allow yourself to sit up just a little bit taller. Find a few more moments here. And then option to keep your eyes closed and start to circle your rib cage. So push your ribs to the right and then start to sweep your ribs forward to the left and then back. And then take that again, a big circle going to the left. Keep your hands on your knees to find just a little bit of traction. And we'll take about 4 or 5 circles in this direction. Notice that you're probably shifting from butt bone to butt bone. That's okay. Just finding a nice bit of free movement here. And then go ahead and start to move this the opposite way. So push your ribs to the left, push your ribs forward to the right, and then back. And you can involve your head and your shoulders a little bit more with this. Just allow it to be loose and free. Trying to break up any tight spaces in the torso, through the spine. Move yourself back through center, reach your arms up overhead. Release your torso over your crossed legs. We'll be here for about 5 big breaths. With the crossing of your legs, just notice which ankle you've got crossed on top. Think of breathing into the space between your shoulder blades. Walk your fingertips over to the right corner, the right side. Stretch a little bit longer all along your left side. So you anchor your left butt bone down to the mat. Walk your hands back to center and then walk your hands over to the left and anchor your right butt bone down. Think of actively stretching through your right fingertips. Take a big breath in. Take a full breath out. And do that again. Take a huge breath in. And then make your way back to center. Come on up to sit, and then take a moment to shake out through your legs, your feet, uncross your ankles, and then cross the opposite ankle on top. We're gonna do all of this again, moving a little bit quicker, so bring your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs, and start off with these big rib circles once again. So just finding a little bit of movement, almost the idea of kind of breaking up tight spaces through your middle back, your upper back. And we'll take like 3 or 4 circles in one direction and then 3 or 4 circles in the opposite direction. And find a few more here. Bring yourself back to center. Reach your arms up nice and tall. And then release your body up and over your crossed legs. And we'll take about 5 big breaths here. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Take a huge breath in. Take a huge breath out. And now walk your hands over to the left side of your mat and actively reach a little bit more through your right fingertips. You plug your right butt bone down to the mat. Feel this expanse and length all along the right side of your back. Take a huge breath in. And then start to walk your hands through center and all the way over to the left. And then plug your left butt bone down to the mat. Stretch a little bit longer through your left fingertips. Move yourself back to center. Roll yourself to an upright position. Come to downward facing dog. Take a few moments of breath in your downward facing dog. And then make your stance a little bit shorter. Bring your right hand so it comes to the outside of your left ankle. Gaze under your left armpit. And then replace your right hand and we'll switch. Bring your left hand outside of your right ankle. Gaze under your right armpit. And then replace your left hand. Do it again. Bring your right hand outside of your left shin. And then replace your right hand and switch. Left hand comes to right shin. Gaze under your right armpit. And place your left hand down. And we'll do it one more time. Right hand outside of left shin. Gaze under your left armpit. Right hand back, left hand to right shin, gaze under your right armpit. Left hand back, lower your knees down to the ground. You're in a tabletop all fours position and start to find circular motions through your ribs, starting to the right. Very similar to those circular motions we were taking in a seated position. We'll take like 4 or 5 in one direction and then start to move this the opposite direction. And you can involve your head, your neck, your hips as much as you'd like to, just to feel a little bit of freedom into your spine. And then move back to neutral tabletop. Once again, flip your toes, this kind of short stance, downward facing dog. Once again, bring your right hand to your outer left shin. Find this little twist moment and then place your right hand back to down dog and bring your left hand to your outer right shin. Think of kind of peeking under your right armpit. And then replace your left hand. We do it again. Right hand to left shin, peek underneath your left armpit. Right hand back, left hand outside of right shin, peek underneath your right armpit. And then bring your left hand back down to the mat. Lower your knees once again in a tabletop position and start to take these circles through your ribs. We'll take like 4 or 5 in one direction and then move 4 or 5 in the opposite direction. Take a little bit of a wiggle through your jaw or a buzz through your lips as you're doing this, just to make sure you're not holding on to any tension through your face. And go ahead and swap to the opposite direction if you haven't already. Find a few more moments of free movement. And then bring yourself back to neutral tabletop position and step your right foot so it comes outside of your right hand. Move your left knee slightly further back. Option to keep your palms on the ground or option to reach your right arm up to the ceiling and bend your back knee and maybe catch your foot. So this is a big hello into our left quad. If you're unable to catch your foot, that's okay. Even if you're unable to bend your knee, that's okay. Just keep your hands down to the ground and hold in this lunge. Even if you're in the lunge, you're still getting a nice opening into the right hip, into the right hamstring, and into the left hip flexor. Take a few more big breaths into your belly. Think of this opening through your chest, and then bring your right hand down to frame your right foot. Heel toe your right foot so it comes a little more to the center of your mat and start to send your hips back into half split. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale to release your body down. Take that again. Inhale, find a little halfway lift. Exhale to release. A few more times, just think of this undulating spinal movement. Moving up and down through your spine, feeling a little different sensations into the stretch of your hamstring. And now this last one, re-release your torso, bend into your right knee, come back to low lunge, flip your back toes, find three-legged dog, right leg into the air, bend your right knee, open your hip, take an extra moment here, push down into your hands, take a big breath in, and then bring your right foot down to the mat, lower your knees into your tabletop, and step your left foot so it comes outside of your left hand, and then slide your right knee a little further back behind you so you're coming into a lizard lunge. Now, option to keep your palms on the mat, option to bend your back knee and catch your foot with your left hand. So if you're taking that option, we're getting a bit deeper into the right quad. Keep pushing your hips forward. You're nice and open through your chest and your heart space. Notice any tension you're holding on to in your jaw. Take a huge breath in and a huge breath out. And again, just like that, a huge breath in and a huge breath out. And then slowly release. Bring your hands back to frame your front left foot. Heel toe your left foot so it comes a little more to the center of your mat, and then start shifting your hips back. So you're coming into this half split and then begin to undulate through your spine. So every inhale, find length through your spine, length through the crown of your head, and then exhale to release your torso over your left leg. And find a few more of these. Your own tempo, your own pace as you move through. And then after this last one, move yourself back into your lunge position. So rebend into your left knee, bring your hands to frame your left foot, flip your back toes, and find three-legged dog. So your left leg comes into the air, bend your left knee, open your hip. Just take a few moments here, spread your fingers, and bring your left foot down to the mat. Walk your feet forward to a ragdoll forward fold. Soften your knees, drop your head, allow a moment to shake your head side to side. And slowly, slowly roll yourself up to stand. Think of stacking through your spine, stacking through your bones. Skull is last thing to arrive. When you come here, start to find some shoulder rolls, just very gentle release of the shoulders. And then find external stillness with your hands heavy by your side. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. And we'll end here in this upright position. Give yourself a few more moments of breath. Thank you for joining us. And that's your flow.